Welcome to Toffee TV. It is my three talking points. Everton 1, Aston Villa 1 at Goodison Park tonight in the Premier League. It wasn't very good, was it? Let's get straight into it. First thing I want to talk about is Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I've seen him getting stick off people, he's not very good, he's back to normal, it's this and it's that. And it's true, he's not playing very well at the moment. There's no question about that. He wasn't in the game tonight, really. But he had two half-decent... he had one excellent chance and another one very early on that he tried a bicycle kick over. But I think for Dom, this season, I think he's done really well. I think particularly since, Marco Silva left, he had a real upturn. He scored 8 goals in 11 Premier League games. And, okay, he should have had the winner against United. That was chalked off. Since we've come back from lockdown, he's not been at his best. But I don't understand people who are just slagging him off and saying he's not good enough, he's not this, he's not that. You've got to be creating 3 or 4 chances a game for him. And we're not. He's living off scraps. Yes, he's got to do much better in the chance Gomez gives him. Even if he's not confident, get hold of it and lay it back, or let it run through your legs and Walcott as a tapping. But I think it's still a little bit early to be writing him off. He's the top scorer. We've got 14 goals this season. And who knows, he was in a great vein of form before lockdown. Who knows if we would have carried on playing at that level, he wouldn't, we might have ended up with 20 goals. Let's see how he does. But I think it's a little bit early to be writing him off. I don't think he's a problem at the minute. If there was another striker available who got you guaranteed goals, of course you'd try to bring him in, and then it's up to him and Richarlison to try to get in the team alongside whoever that may be. But I don't see Everton doing that at the minute. Moise Keane, for whatever reason, isn't a viable option at the moment. The manager sees him every day in training and doesn't start him. An Italian manager with an Italian striker, you'd think he would have got to go, and he hasn't. He's coming on with 20 minutes left of games. So I just think it's a little bit early to be calling Dom. But saying that, it's another poor performance from him really tonight. Second thing I want to talk about, I said I was going to do this on every video till the end of the season, it's the midfield. Because every week we just move the pieces around and it's the same kind of performance. Why did it take till 5 minutes left of a game we're losing for Andre Gomez to start showing us what he can do when he runs with the ball? He should have been on Villa right from the very start. Now, he might think he hasn't got the legs to compete for 90 minutes. I don't know. I don't know his physical attributes. I haven't spoken to Yannick Bolasie this week. Check it out if you haven't. He talks about that coming back and the adrenaline and then the other stuff that goes with it. And that maybe there's something like that going on with Gomez at the moment, where we're playing every 3 days and his ankle's swelling after games, or maybe he's worried about it. I don't know. But what he showed in the last 5 minutes is everything that we know he's got. It's the kind of form he showed at Valencia. We haven't seen it for the first 85 minutes. He was terrible. He's the one player who we've got who can get on the ball and can create things and keep us ticking over. And in the first half especially, he was getting caught in possession again, and he tries to go past someone and he falls over, or they take the ball off him. And it's a bit of a worry. Tom Davies alongside him played within himself in the first half, trying to do a job of tucking in, and he was okay. But it's not what we need. We need energy in that midfield. We need players from our midfield bursting into the opposition boxes, and neither of them do it. They're both behind the play all times, whether that's nowhere near attacking or whether that's chasing the opposition back. They can't get near them, and it's a real problem. And then in wide areas, Bernard started off really brightly for the opening 20 minutes and then just went that way. Iwobi was really poor in the first half, and ironically he got better in the second half and then was taken off. He put a brilliant cross in, which Calvert-Lewin should have got on the end of. No excuses. But then why isn't he doing that from the start? Why isn't he beating his man and crossing it? Instead of coming in, our 2 wide players just run in field and then there's nothing. It's just infuriating. You look at that midfield and you think, we've spent a hell of a lot of money on players and we can't compete from an athleticism point of view. How's it got to that? It's one area that Everton need to address massively. And I know we're doing this, and the news just broke that we've put a bid in for Pierre-Emile Højbjerg at Southampton, and he will break the play up. He's not someone who's going to get in the box all the time, but he can get around the pitch. He's better than what we have. He's a starter, and that's a positive sign. But we need more. We need another one coming in with him. We need a right winger who can get up and down, or who's pacey and can cut in and have a go. Chenzel Under's one I'd love, but there's others out there, you know, maybe, I don't know, maybe Ryan Fraser because he's free, I don't know. But we need something off that right-hand side that can unlock teams or get into the box. Walcott showed it in little patches near the end, but he's not good enough to do it for 90 minutes every week. You know, when I look at Bernard now and I think for all the technical ability that he's got, and he shows some lovely little flashes of play, it's not enough. A Wobie, good player in maybe a 10, but is he really cut out to be off the wide areas? Don't know, it's a worry. So that midfield is one area that needs major surgery this summer. Otherwise, Everton will be struggling next season. And Ancelotti's not come here to have a team that struggles. Tactically, he's got us points. Him and Duncan Ferguson have got us points after Marco Silva couldn't get us them. And Ancelotti's won us a lot of points because it's tactical awareness. But the midfield isn't fit for purpose, and it needs sorting out very quickly. And Marcel Brands, the eyes are on you. They really are, because you've got to come up with some players who can compete at this level. I'm going to finish with a positive, because I'm aware that they're two negatives. And the positive is Jarrad Branthwaite, third and final point. He came on into this game after 15 minutes. Mason Holgate, who trained yesterday without any issue, was in the starting lineup, but quite clearly that he's got a problem with his shin. Whether it's the muscle or it's a shin, it's a bone injury, I'm not sure, but he could only last 15 minutes, and it's a big blow because he's been one of our better performers. And Branthwaite came on, and I know Watson in the studio, I know Ped was a little bit worried about him when he come on, but the pair of us, you know, said after 10 minutes, he's on it, he's in the game, he was straight into the game, he was good on the ball, used the ball intelligently. A couple of times got caught out, holding on to shirts and giving free kicks away, and that's something that he's got to take out of his game. But I thought he handled the game brilliantly. Clever in possession, used both feet, competed well. You know, took a whack off Tyrone Mings in the head within a couple of minutes of coming on, but dusted himself up and got on with it. And at 18 years of age, looks a really good prospect. Don't want to put massive pressure on him, but he looked really good. And there's no reason now, especially with Mason Holgate being injured and Yerry Mina having that muscle injury, there's no reason to rush Mina back, especially because there's only going to be a quick turnaround of a couple of weeks before pre-season starts. So I'd quite happily see Branthwaite play alongside Michael Keane if Mason Holgate isn't going to be fit. And he's another one you look at and think, is it better now just resting him so that he's available for the start of pre-season? Like I say, 2 weeks is going to be. So he's the positive for me tonight, on a night when really there was only him and I'd say Luca Dean who could have got any of the plaudits tonight. I think the rest of them were way off. So, you know, Jarrad Branthwaite, well played tonight. Thought you done really well. They are my three things. Make sure you check out our exclusive interview with Yannick Bolasie. That's an excellent interview. Make sure you check out Ped's match reaction. Player rating should be interesting. I've done a match reaction as well. Give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe now if you haven't. And if you want more videos, join us over on Patreon. See you later.